face. Shawty use a, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars drop. Done this before, get done out my problems, let me when I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL 100 Game of the Week on EA Sports. Coming up, no Andrew Luck, so we'll see Jacoby Brissett and the Indianapolis Colts as they match up with the NFL's all-time passing leader, Drew Brees, and the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
On first down, Wolf. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
On second down now, it's Wolf. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 20.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. It's our time.
You're good, you're good. I full, ready.
They'll run on first down. Wolf, and he's got some space here.
Go, 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 run, run.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 75 yards as his guys have now. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line. Now he's into the clear. The 40, 30, 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. great play there. 98 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
Yellow lady. 0-2.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
On first down, it's Wolf. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Good kill. Good.
They'll try the left side. Wolf.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Breeze to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Wolf. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down and then some. 36 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. For a lot of people, the MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
You ready? Two kills.
On second down, it's Wolf. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation. They've been and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I think he'll like this little montage. He's hit pay dirt 3 times.
This feels like good scouting and preparation throughout the week has turned into excellent execution. I mean, the job that they've done up front, creating the spaces for him, and, of course, his nose for the end zone, it's a terrific combination.
Now he's looking maybe for a 4th touchdown run. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wolf. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. On on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked...
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Ready, take.
They'll run on first down. Wolf. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Wolf. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Super Bowl 44 will always link these two teams together, the Colts and the Saints. That was a game that the Saints would win. If you remember, Sean Payton dialed up that onside kick to start the second half. Tracy Porter would eventually seal the victory for the Saints with a pick 6 of 74 yards. And the Manning family so heavily involved. You think about Archie leading the Saints for 11 seasons, the Manning family being from the New Orleans area, and then Peyton being the quarterback of the Colts in that defeat to the Saints. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Good. Ready.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Wolf. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
That one 28 yards on the ground. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that? Hitting the defense hard early. And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter that every...
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it, and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Touchdown, Saints. That ball don't belong to you, boy. That ball belongs to us.
After review of the play.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. On second down now, it's Wolf. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage, 2.
Ready. Yellow lady.
All day.
Hey, kill.
On first down, Wolf. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Wolf, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
On second down, it's Wolf. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Sammy.
They'll run on first down. Wolf, down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Wolf.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They run the counter. Wolf. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Hey, Haywood.
Kill.
On third down, Wolf. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. I tell you, Charles. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. He'll look to set up his blockers. Gets through, and now an opening. There he goes, left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and it just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Colts, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Start your week by installing your game plan.